Okay, so we're going to start here. This is Spook, and I'm doing a little one-off here because this isn't really a game you make a series out of, and it's definitely not a demo since I've played the hell out of it before. But so I'm going to mangle the pronunciation. I apologize to anyone who speaks the language, but Ikaruga, I think. I've also heard it called Ikaruga, which I'm emphatically told is wrong. It's a vertical shooter, which I think the genre becomes weirder and weirder over time since everybody's on widescreen now. But I was introduced to and received a copy of this game from a friend of mine back in 2007, and this is now the fourth time I have acquired a copy of it. Because I got the GameCube copy, then I got it on Dreamcast, and then on the 360, and again here. I believe it's also available on Steam, and I don't think it ever breaks like a $10 price. But I'm going to set my controls before I run in, because this is, I'm starting from pretty much cold open here. So let's see. Oh, yeah, I would not want that. Okay, so... Okay, so fire is going to be those two buttons. And then release power is going to be my right hand. Okay. So this is one of those games, it does require a fair bit of skill. But a bunch of skill I don't necessarily have. Just throwing that out there. So we're going to start in arcade mode. And normal. But this really has kind of the simplicity and elegance of Pac-Man, but it's still very modern. So as we're seeing, I'm just a dude blowing up ships. This is all stuff we've seen before, but as you notice, when I kill these white ones, they're leaving pellets that aren't hurting me because I am currently in the lighter of the two polarities. And collecting bullets has a use. If you look at the lower left-hand side there, you'll see kind of a power meter building up. And as that builds up, that's basically your special weapon in the game. So I can do this and just drain whatever I have for as many shots as are listed down there. So that's a maximum of 12. I just fired off like 8 or 9. So, also if you're paying attention, the various ships also come in two colors, and currently those black shots do hurt me, and my lighter shots do increase damage to darker ships. Now, the thing that's kind of cool about this one is, you can swap your polarity at any time. So I've got darker ships coming in. Oh, here's a big light one. We'll switch to dark, and so forth. Basically, the color you're not... Basically the opposite color. I call them black and white because it's just easiest to explain that way, but my understanding is that's not entirely correct. The color you're not is the one that's dangerous to you. And it's, mechanically very simple. The actual play of the game becomes a lot more frenetic after this. First levels are always easy. That's just the law. But it becomes a lot more difficult because there's more stuff on screen flying at you, and that's all well and good. So this guy, of course, he's going to shoot out a bunch of white shots now, and as such, my black weapon, or dark, whatever, polarity is doing more damage. Now, there's another subtle thing, and I haven't really done the work on it, but apparently if you fire rapidly, rather than just holding down the fire button, you'll do slightly more damage. Ah, balls. I haven't played this in a while, and trying to provide commentary as I'm playing is something that makes me somehow even worse at games than I normally am. So the central mechanic, switching polarity, absorbing shots and all that is, pretty novel. I gotta give them a lot of credit for that, but it's, it's as much to understand as Pac-Man, basically. So it grades your score based on how well you did. So stage 2, after this first string of popcorn, we get these guys coming in at every angle. And I'm sure people have played this, in terms of many, many hours. Can get a much better score here. And when it comes to scoring, most vertical shooters historically have been shoot a monster, get X points. But a lot of these ones out of Japan, a lot of the more modern stuff, probably post-Batsugun. Although I'm probably wrong. I mean, history isn't my strong suit either. But they reward skill, and how this one does it is every time you kill 3 bad guys of the same color in a row, you get a chain. And as that goes up, you get extra bonus points per mob beaten. And that's tracked in the upper left-hand corner and also on screen where you see it says like 1 or 2 chains. Oh, well, that was stupid. So, of course, I demonstrated a game and completely fuck it up right on the back, right at the beginning. But so that's kind of the basics. I'm going to do another. Yep. Keep doing your thing. So in terms of modes, it's it's like you've got an arcade mode, and that's okay. We'll wrap up here. You can run back replays, if you get a particularly good score. I haven't saved any, so that's fine. Okay, so yeah, let's look at the one-player arcade. So these guys probably have completed the game, and looking at the paperclip on the left means there's probably a replay attached. So I can look at my friends. I don't have any friends. That's nothing new. But yeah, if I wanted to, I could watch one of their replays. This guy's done 35 million, which is pretty impressive. And in terms of... Hold on. So in terms of game modes, it's offering pretty much the options. The arcade mode, which is the main one I play, and then prototype mode, which is a little different. But I couldn't really say how. And then, of course, you can chapter select. And this is mostly useful if you want to practice. Again. Okay, the difficulty modes are kind of cool. Basically, it just decides when enemies throw shots at you when you kill them. So easy mode, they don't return. Normal, same polarity, they return. And then hard mode, everything returns. So that can be very difficult. So because you'll be in light polarity, you'll blow up some dark monsters, and they'll throw something actually dangerous at you. So yeah, just arcade and prototype. I don't know if there's more stuff I can unlock. But at this point, I can only do chapters 1 and 2. And yeah, we'll just go in with normal. So my personal high score isn't even 1,000,000 points. I freely admit I'm terrible at this. Oh. Hell. Okay, so I didn't do as well on that as I might. I found that after I've practiced a bit, I can usually get about 300,000 points in just that first wave. Oh, see, I broke my chain again. Now, to my understanding, this is a spiritual successor to a game called Radiant Silvergun, which I don't know if you can still acquire easily. I think it was on Xbox Live. In addition, I mean, it was originally an arcade game, again, by Treasure, and then it was also, I think it was ported to the Saturn, so a copy of that would be fairly difficult to get because, you know, shooters like this have a small but dedicated fan base, and anyone who has a copy of Radiant Silvergun probably isn't parting with it cheaply. Oh, I think I'm maxed out. So, well, that did not go as planned. So one little feature, and of course I haven't had the skill to pull it off, but some of these fixed sequences, if you beat them quickly enough, it'll throw another a wave or two of popcorn enemies at you that you can just take out and add to your chain, which is another contribution to people's ridiculous scores. You know what, I'm gonna do this the easy way and just because these large intricate patterns do have holes in them that you can dodge around. You know, I'm just playing with a standard controller and I'm out of practice, so I'm not doing it as gracefully as I might. There we go. Now, one thing. Now, my understanding is this is Treasure is a group of like 4 people, or at least it's a very small company, and 4 people made this game. And boy, they came out with something amazing. Okay, so yeah, that was just a chapter play. So you get through chapter 1, you're done. I scored a B this time, as opposed to a C++. So, just over 1 million. Not great, but improving. So, let's see. I'm going to do one more quick run, and I'm going to turn my mic off, just so you can enjoy the music uninterrupted. So enjoy, and then after that, I'm going to call it a video. So that's Ikaruga. I I'm bad with foreign everything. My apologies. Um, but yeah, it's a personal favorite of mine. Um, ever since 2007, it's pretty much it's very close to being the standard by what I judge other shooters by. Um, you know, it's as modern as it needs to be. It's not very complicated, and it's always going to deliver a challenge. Now, as you play more hours in the game, you can get to a point where you can just credit feed through it if you want, but ideally you want to do a 1cc, and for non-shooter players, that's a 1 credit completion. So there's, I guess I'd say that there's as much in this game as you want there to be. You know, if you just want to plow through and play the ending, you can probably do that in an hour or so. You know, not really a big deal. Ooh, soundtracks. Oh, hey, that's cool. Anyway, so, yeah, but if you really want to get good at it, you know, you'll probably have to invest a few hours in it. Well, more than a few. But yeah, personal favorite of mine, and I really just want to show it off because I've mentioned it another time, a bunch of times in other games, and I felt it was worth actually, doing a short video and explaining, hey, this is a game I really like, and here's why, and here's a little bit about it. So that's gonna be that. I'll see you next time I do one of these. Thanks for watching.